morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Turn the Tassel Show. My name is Stephen Ampersand. I'm your host, and as always, we are here to help you and the people you love get to and through college, university, or the trade schools earlier on time with minimum to no debt. Now, I have an exciting show note to offer to all of you. We are going to be moving our format from our 10 a.m. daily broadcast officially with this episode to a 6 p.m. weekday broadcast. So excited for that and looking forward to doing it. So thanks everybody for all the ways that you have supported us as we continue to grow the show, grow the program, and just excited to be able to bring value to the community. I know so many people do not understand the machine that is big higher education. And they don't understand, sadly, that like any organization, for profit or non, they're in the business of making money. It's a business. And, it's not want because it's a business. Businesses are businesses. I'm not mad at that. But I think it's a want because people don't approach their higher education like it's a business. Or maybe better said, they don't approach higher education as an investment. And as I've said so many times on this program before, like any investment, all of the profit, if you're going to make any, is made upfront at the purchase price. So if you purchase a really expensive degree, and God forbid you don't finish, but let's just say you do and you finish, okay. But if you purchase it, at a premium price and your overall earning potential is less than premium, meaning if you got a champagne degree that nets you a wine cooler that nets you a wine cooler income, right? That's not good. That's no bueno. Okay. So don't do that. Don't do that. Instead, you get a plan together and let us help you to do so. T3CG, Turn the Tassel Consulting Group. Just by way of etymology, before we dive into the topic of how we came up with T3CG, it is Turn the Tassel Consulting Group. T, so there's 3 T's. So T cubed, which is T3CG Consulting Group. So, but that's what T3CG is here to do. We're here to help you and the people you love get to and through college, university, and the trade schools earlier on time with minimum to no debt. That's why we're here. So, get a plan together. You know how to do that, but I'll drop, you can see the ticker running at the bottom. All of our contact information is there. I'll close with it as I always do. But I want to jump into the topic because I did yesterday's show. We talked about the looming possibility that the Biden administration was going to once again pause the repayment schedule of student loans. And remember, it's not just a repayment of the student loans, meaning it's not that they're just pausing your requirement to pay your monthly payments. They're also putting a full stop on your interest rates accruing. So that's significant. That's significant because not only are you not required to pay, but you're also not continuing to see that debt grow while you're not paying. That's typically what happens when you do forbearances, and it's what happens when you do in-school deferment for the unsubsidized portion of your loans. From the time they disperse, they originate those loans and get those dispersed out. That's when the clock starts on your interest accrual for the unsubsidized loans, right? So this pause that we've been in with the student loan programs as a result of the pandemic and inflation and everything else is unique in that way. The people that would otherwise be required to pay and or going into default and or getting hit on their credit and or having wages garnished and the whole thing, you've not had to endure that. So that's actually something to celebrate. Now, not everybody's celebrating it because some people think that, hey, they borrowed it, they should pay it back. It's not fair to, we talked about this yesterday. And, I got into the whole idea of fair versus just. But for the purposes of today, I want to talk about what then should we do? Now that this has happened, we know the administration announced is going to continue to keep this stuff paused through August 31st. So here we are in April. So we're talking about April, May, June, July, and then, well, let's just say May, June, July. That's 4 months. September is going to roll around September 1, and then the repayment schedule is going to come back. So what should we do with this additional time? I'm going to say something that's probably controversial, but I'm going to say it because, well, it's accurate and it's the right thing to do. So I have no problem admitting that I'm right on this. And if you're wise, you'll do exactly what I say. You ready? Here goes. Now is the absolute best time to not only make your loan payments, but it's the absolute best time to get an extra job or two, jump on Lyft and Uber, do the Uber Eats and Grubhub, get that split shift job, maybe with a little night differential. Now is the time to work your behind off and raise as much money as you can to throw as much money at that debt as you can. Now's the time. Why? Because every dime that you pay between the beginning of this pause, which most people haven't paid any, through the end of it as of September 1, will go exactly to lowering your overall balance. Now's the time. Now, if you follow Ramsey Solutions and you know what it means when I say debt snowball, this is the time, if ever there was a time, to get radically aggressive about cutting your lifestyle so that you only are covering your four walls: food, shelter, clothing, transportation. Those are your four walls, okay? You need those to survive. And you need those transportation to work, okay? Unless you can work remotely, which a lot of people can do. But even that, if you could work remotely and make additional money, do that. Whatever you need to do or whatever you can do that and do it now and do it knowing that there's a finish line. You see, most of us struggle with the concept or the idea of, burning the candle at both ends, because there, obviously when you don't know, when there's no end in sight, the temptation is to think, man, it's drudgery. I'll always, and I encourage folks, get out of the always never, get out of the absolutes. But more importantly, understand that most of us can endure anything for a time. Not indefinitely, not forever. It's when there's no end in sight that people give in to despair and lose hope. But I'm telling you, you could cut your lifestyle radically and you could, scrape up additional money plus the money you're saving from not, having the 800 different subscriptions that you're paying for that you're not even using, that's automatically debiting out of your account. You can feel it. Not, buying cable TV and when everything on TV is crap anyway. Well, that's probably also a sweeping generalization. So sweeping generalization alert. Cable TV is crap. Get at me, Comcast, Dish, DirecTV, and others. Bring the smoke on that. I'm good with that. It's crap. And it's hot, expensive crap. Some bills topping $200-$300 a month for TV that you don't get to watch most of the time because you're at work or school. Well, I want to see the sports package. All right, go to Buffalo. Well, not while you're scorching the earth and getting radical, but go get a club soda at Buffalo Wild Wings or something and watch the national championship game for a few minutes, because most of the time you're going to be there picking up wings to deliver to somebody else because you're doing Grubhub or something to that effect to get that money. Why? Because every dime that you apply to your student loan balances right now, from the time they began the pause all the way up to and through the end in September, we think September may roll around. They may push it back again. Well, if that happens, good. Yay. If that happens, good. That means you have even more time to get more money to throw at these loans that are not growing faster than you're paying. That's the advantage. You can actually pay them down and off in this time frame if you get focused and you're serious. That's why we're here at Turn the Tables Consulting Group. Not only do we help you get to and through college, university, or trade schools earlier on time with minimum to no debt, but we're also here to help you navigate the repayment process if it's already too late for you to get to and through with minimum to no debt. Okay, maybe you already borrowed the money. All right. We can work with you on that. We have a plan. We can help you get it paid off. And just a little tidbit I gave today is an example of the kinds of things you can do to unmortgage your life from the student loan debt crisis of $1.73 trillion, 60% of which belongs to women, so that you can be free to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. My name is Stephen Ampersand, and this is the Turn the Tables Show.